This right here is everything. If you don't understand this, then you're not going to understand anything about how America works, about its society, and about its politics. This is a meme that was shared by Elon Musk, one of the wealthiest people in the history of the known universe. And he posted this thing saying, you watched The Hunger Games and sided with the resistance. You watched Star Wars and sided with the resistance. You watched The Matrix and sided with the resistance. You watched Divergence and sided with the resistance. You watched V for Vendetta and sided with the resistance. When it's fiction, you understand, yet you refuse to see it when it's the reality you're living in. And of course, everybody is yelling at him saying, you think you're part of the resistance? You, a right-wing billionaire? And yes, he does. This is how America works. Every faction in America, every social class, every economic class, every religious class believes they are the resistance against the elites. And I mean, they truly believe it. I don't know Elon Musk or what he actually thinks, but it would not surprise me at all if you hooked him up to a lie detector test and said, do you really think you're the Katniss in this situation? And if he said yes, then it would come up that he was telling the truth. I know, I was raised in this ecosystem. I spent most of my life in it. Every Sunday I went to an evangelical church that said any day now the federal government is going to declare Christianity to be illegal and all of us will be arrested and we need to prepare to go out in the wilderness and fight the evil atheist government. And I sat there and I heard that and I fully believed it, while in a country that celebrates the Christian holiday of Christmas for 20% of the calendar year. At the time I believed that the government was about to criminalize Christianity, I think there were 0 non-Christian members of Congress. We had never had a non-Christian president. When we go to court, we would swear on a Bible. And if you're saying, well, how can they believe that though? Allow me to explain. In the USA, the single largest religious belief group is evangelical Christians. They represent 25% of the population. But when's the last time you've seen a Hollywood movie appeal specifically to them? When's the last time you've seen a female superhero who's all about staying home and raising the kids and teaching them good Christian values? How often, they ask, do you see a New York Times headline that's worried about what percentage of America is destined for hell? Or that interviews experts about when Jesus will return? When they would say, have you heard an anti-abortion pop song? Or anything in our popular culture that celebrates modesty and chastity and waiting for marriage that is not part of a niche of Christian entertainment. You don't need to yell at me and tell me that they're wrong. I'm just trying to explain that in the United States, in our culture, it is good to be the underdog. We root for the person who is on the outside being oppressed. So everyone tries to see the world in a way that makes their group look downtrodden. So you can take whoever has the most absurd claim of being an underdog. Let's say the CEO of the biggest oil company in the United States. They will say, if the federal government passes some environmental regulation that ruins my industry, I would be powerless against that because the government has this, where I just have a bunch of stock in an oil company. There is always a way to frame yourself as the victim.